times I've heard people say, ooh, I need Klister, I think I'll skate, or ooh, Klister's just too sticky, I think I'll stay home. Well, Klister is sticky, but if you don't learn how to put it on, you're missing some of the absolute best skiing there is. I mean, what's better than a sunny day out in the track? When you got Klister on your skis, you don't have to work hard going up hills. You can stop and wait and look at the trees. Or the other skiers in shorts. So, you know, learn how to do it. You'll have a good time. And there are a couple of tricks that I'm going to show you that make using Klister really easy. So, before we start, there are a couple little tricks. The first one is absolutely essential to make life fun. Go to your neighborhood Canadian Tire store. If you don't have a Canadian Tire store because you're not in Canada, you're missing something, so go to your hardware store, buy some paper towels, buy some hand cleaner so that you can clean up afterwards. You see, this prevents the gookie problem, right? No stickies. So, now that we've got our basic things to look after us, let's talk about waxing. One other tool, which is really useful, you need to heat the Klister into the base to get it to stick. The number of times I've seen people whose Klister, particularly in Ottawa, it gets cold in the winter, you know, it's not tropical West Coast or something like that, where the Klister gets cold and peels off. That's because it hasn't been bonded to the base and it needs to flow into the base. So I use a paint stripper, but you know, actually a hairdryer works even better because it's not so hot. So when I will start putting on the Klister, the other thing is Klister, not too much, just a little bit of Klister. Take the top off, we're going to apply the Klister to the grip zone. Different people do it different ways. You know something? It really doesn't matter as to the pattern you put it on, so long as you put the Klister down the base of the kick zone. So, you want to have a thin layer, put that on. Now there are all kinds of applicators that people sell you for Klister, things like Klister spreaders. But I'm going to introduce you to the best Klister spreader I've encountered, the thumb. Okay, so what we're going to do is heat this wax into the base and heat the base up. You have to be a little patient, it'll start to get a little liquidy, and then using your thumb, we can heat that wax into the base. By using your finger, you can actually get this really nice and even and smooth. Because this is a kick wax, right? It needs to be, should be as smooth as any other wax. That was hard, wasn't it? Actually, it wasn't very hard at all. Now we can do the other side, and we'll be ready to go skiing. So we'll put wax on the other side, just like we did the first one. There's another trick I need to point out to you. Keep your thumb away from the end of the heat gun because it burns. And whether it's a hairdryer or a heat gun, they're both really hot when you're close to them. See, so we'll just, when we do the other side, that didn't take that long, did it? There we go. So, you can actually ski on that. I want to make it look a little more artistically correct by evening it out, but also two things. One is, it doesn't take long. It didn't take me that much longer than it would to put 5 coats of ordinary hard wax on like this. It's there, it's ready to go. And it'll work. So that's how you put your Klister on a ski. But that's only half the problem. The other half of the problem is how do you get this darn stuff off the ski? So I'll introduce you to my other little tool. Go to your local paint store and buy a 6-in-1, I think they call it, scraper. I've never been able to figure out what the 6s are, but now it's 7 because it's also a ski wax remover. Works well for Klister, works really well for hard wax as well. Probably the best way to get wax off I know of. So first thing we're going to do is, a paper towel will work just fine as well for this. We're just going to scrape most of that off. We just scrape it. See, it's come like that. You put it in your little, just clean that off. Put the wax remover on, let it sit for a minute. We still got stuff in the groove here, so I'll pretend this was a popsicle remover. Actually, it's a formal ski wax cleaner thingy. I think they call them Klister spreaders, I don't know. Run it down the groove, get all of that stuff out of the groove. There we go. See, 80% of the job's done, and how long did that take? Now what we do is we get another piece of Fiberline, put that on there. And this is the only place that Fiberline is really essential. So, and it usually comes with, a little bit comes with your solvent, in many cases, if not, you know, it does, because you see, it'll just sop it all up. There it is. Do the little bits on the side of the ski. We're back to normal. That's your ski ready for the next time. Now, was that difficult? Not really. We still have our goose on the hand, right? So that's why we need our hand cleaner. A little bit of hand cleaner, and you're ready to go back upstairs and talk to the family. So, not hard, beautiful skiing, really worth learning how to do, and try it, you'll like it.